everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dana, aka Blondie Knots here on YouTube, and if you're not new here, welcome back guys. Happy May to you. It's already May by the time you're watching this, so happy May. I can't believe we're already, almost halfway through the year. It's really crazy. So anyways, I was just in here getting tidied up. I knew I was having some company. So I was just preparing for the week. So we are nice and clean in the studio now. I know you guys probably don't mind too much if it's really messy in here because, we're friends and friends don't judge, but I do like to clean up a little bit for you. So we are ready for the week, which is really nice. I just literally finished cleaning up, and right when I finished, we had 2 boxes get delivered that are really fun ones that we can look at together. So I figured it was perfect timing. It was meant to be. So I'm gonna go downstairs, grab those boxes really quickly, and then I figure we can do a little bit of a yarn unboxing, and then I have some more hooks. These ones I bought with my own money. They are Furls hooks, but I do want to show you them because I think they're going to be gorgeous, and I've been really excited to get them in the mail. So let me go grab everything, get it all set up, get you set up, and then we can go over everything together, look at them, and inspect some new yarns. How does that sound for you? All right, I will catch you in just 1 second. Okay, so I have both of our boxes. I did have to rip them open because they were taped shut. So I did do that, but I didn't take a sneak peek. So we will blindly unbox them together. This one, I do know what it is. These are Furls hooks, but we'll go through this last because this yarn I'm actually a little bit more excited about. So Knitting Fever sent over some yarn because Beth McKnits, who if you follow her on Instagram, she is doing a crochet along. So she's going to be doing a 6-star 6-day blanket. I don't know exactly how it's going to work out yet. I still need to figure out some details and like how you access that and stuff, but it looks really fun. And Knitting Fever asked if I wanted to join in. So I said, of course, I would love to. I've never made a 6-star blanket before. If you have, let me know, because I know they're really popular right now and everybody's making them. So I would love to know if you've made one, but it's made with Juniper Moon yarns. This particular one I'll be working on. And Juniper Moon is like one of my favorite yarn brands lately. So I did get to see what this yarn feels like in the local yarn store in Colonial Williamsburg a couple weeks ago. It was so soft. So I'm so excited to see because the color I requested was actually out of stock already. So they sent me a different colorway and I'm unsure of what that colorway is. And then I think it seems like they might have thrown some extra little goodies in here too. So we'll take a look at everything all together, but really excited. This is our box of yarn with some extra little things in it. Just right off the top, let's pick these up. 2 little random novelty yarns. I actually found a really good use for these in my Coachella skirt. So since I've been really like obsessed with scrap yarn projects lately, I think these will be a pretty good addition to the stash. But I like these too because they're a little bit more muted colors, like a lot of light blue, dark blue, and brown. So that is really fun. Love that. 2 of these. And this is by Moda Fiber Co., I think. I've never heard of that brand, but these are both actually feel like really thick rolls of yarn. I don't know. So we'll put these in the stash and hopefully next time we break out a scrap yarn project, we can find some use for these. Let's look at this yarn color though, because I'm so excited to see it in person. Again, this yarn is just so soft. This is the Cumulus line. It looks like they sent 6 over, so it must take 6 to complete the blanket. I think the blanket is like 60 inches, must be in circumference or something like that, or circumference-ish. It's a star, but it's kind of, circular, whatever. This is so pretty. This is giving like pastel watermelon to me almost. Hopefully the colors will pick up the same on camera. Super pretty. It's very interesting. Let's see what the name is. Okay, the colorway is Dewberry Lane. What a cute little name. So yeah, we have a couple of these. Well, we have 6, but this one you can see like the pink a little bit more here. Super nice. It looks like they kind of went for some more pastel shades. A lot of their other shades are very pigmented, so it looks like they're kind of maybe taking Cumulus in a little bit different of a direction. So excited to see that because this is some of the newer colorways, so I love that. Did also get this cute little pin that has to go with the Beth McKnits crochet along, and it just says "A Star is Born," and it's a 6-star blanket. Ooh, can we get it? There we go. Super cute. Love that. Love a little enamel pin, And then it looks like they also sent this yarn, which is called Zooey Stripes, and this is a soft cotton linen blend. Interesting. Let's see, 60% cotton, 40% linen. So perfect for spring and summer. Do we have a colorway though? Colorway 202. Okay, there you go. This is what this looks like, and you can see that colorway. Super interesting. I don't know what I would make with this colorway. We'll have to figure something out together. Leave your suggestions below. I don't really wear mini skirts, but this would make a really cool mini skirt color, I feel like. Anyways, I have 4 of these, so this is really fun. Such a treat, feels so soft. Juniper Moon has the softest yarns, seriously. I did make that one shawl out of it in the fairy floss version, so I'm really excited to work with some of their newer line, or newer to me line. So that's really, really fun. I'm really excited about this box of yarn, and of course, love to share my stuff with you guys, so I hope you enjoy seeing that as well. And when I learn more about that 6-star blanket, I will update you too, because it's kind of fun to see the process of one. I'm a little bit nervous because you know how blankets are. It's a lot to commit to, and sometimes I get a little bit overwhelmed with projects, but I think this one will be really fun. And I love blankets now after our community project blanket because I just get so much use out of them. So I'm all about projects we get use out of. So yay for knitting fever. Now, let's look at these hooks because as you guys know, I am a Furls affiliate, so you can use my affiliate code on these hooks. It doesn't unfortunately get you a discount. It just really lets them know that you are getting your info on Furls hooks from me, and it does help them know I'm doing my job essentially, you know what I mean? But unfortunately there's no discount code for it. I wish there was like some kind of kickback for you guys. Maybe in the future we can figure something out. I'm not sure, but I don't know that anyone has one actually that works for Furls. So I saw on their website the other day, and this is how you know I love their hooks because I get quite a few of them sent to me, which I feel so lucky and grateful for, and I still purchase them on my own. So I really do love their hooks, and I honestly just have no impulse control when it comes to crochet, knit stuff. I see it, I need it, and I kind of had a moment where like these were selling fast, and so I just wanted to snatch them immediately. They did some of their like single color collections, which I've never seen before, and they had 2 colors that I literally couldn't pass up. You guys know blue and green are my favorite colors. I got one of each. So let's look at these together. I have been dying for these to come in the mail. These are the streamlined metal hooks, which personally are my favorite. Depending on the project, they are my favorite. I love the resin ones too, but something about the metal ones, I think if you're going to buy your first Furls hook ever, buy a metal one. And if you have some already and you just love the fun resin designs because they're so fun, get the resin one. But if you've never had them before, I would highly recommend you try the metal one first. And if you've recently tried one because I let you know about them, please let me know in the comments what you think of them because I love to know that you guys are loving what I'm telling you about too. Or if you're not, tell me that too so I know. Oh, look, it matches my shirt. How cute. Okay, looks like this one's the green one first. I don't remember what sizes these were in, but this colorway was called Pistachio. I'm obsessed. I haven't seen a green one before by them, and this is an E, so it's a 3.5 millimeter. Let me know if you know crochet hooks based on the letter because I've been crocheting for so long now, and if you tell me you're using an E or a J hook, I'm like, okay, but what millimeter are you using, you know? This is the Pistachio, and let me see what kind of finish this one has on it. I think this is, yeah, so these are both in the matte collection versus the regular polished collection. And someone's asked me before if they like catch or feel any different, and they're still super smooth, so there's no difference in them at all. I think it's just the look of the finish is obviously different. So look how pretty this is. Oh my gosh. And yeah, like I said, this is in a 3.5, which is kind of a size I use, but it was the only size available in the pistachio color, so that is honestly why I got it. Now let's look at the blue. I dropped it, hold on. I need to chill though after this. Like I literally don't need any more hooks. I should show you all of my old hooks I have now before I was using Furls. I have a giant container of them and they go untouched now. And I'm like, what do I do with these? I wish there was like a children's center or something I could donate them to so that kids could like learn how to crochet and have, you know, free, nicer hooks. While those aren't Furls, they are still really nice hooks. I don't know. So maybe I'll do some research and see. But this one's in a G, so this isn't a 4 millimeter. This color is so stunning. Look at this. This is also in the matte finish as well, this blue one. So pretty. I think I'll probably get more use out of the 4 millimeter because it's a little more of a regular hook size for me. 5 is my most used, but they didn't have a color I wanted in the 5. So yeah, bought both of these. And seriously, that's gonna be all I buy for a little bit. So try to help me stick to that. If you don't mind, I would really appreciate it. Anyway, I just wanted to share that stuff with you guys. I did also finally finish that test knit. So if you guys saw my last video, I went into way more detail about it. If you didn't, I'll show you a very quick like front and back glance of it later on. But I learned a big lesson from that project that I am not cut out for test knits because I'm not fast enough to keep up. Like I was stress knitting last week to keep up with that test knit, and that's just not for me. Like, I'm not trying to be on that anymore. Super stressful, like just trying to meet a deadline. So while I had so much fun making it and I love it, I was so stressed making it that I probably will not be applying for any more test patterns for quite a long time, just because my schedule is so unpredictable that it fills up quickly and then I'm like, oh my gosh, but what about this? So while I had a great time and I love, love, love the piece, wow, was I stressed. So this week I'm feeling so light and so just able to breathe, honestly. And I did start a new project, so let me grab it because I want to share it with you. I am literally just in the very beginning stages of it. Like, it's still in this little baby bag. I am using a Queensland fine line cotton, and I'm using right now a 5mm hook. I'm going to switch for a 5.5 for the body, but here is the ribbing. So this is going to be the bottom of the sweater I'm making next. It's like a sweater top. So in our last vlog, I like briefly mentioned that we were gonna do like an anthropology top, and that's what I'm making here. So this is what the top looks like. I saw this in the store with my husband like 3 months ago, and I honestly almost bought it because I was like, well, I could buy it or I could spend a bunch more time making it, buy the yarn for it. It'd probably be honestly more expensive if I made it, but I saw the price and I just wasn't willing to pay $118 for it. So I was like, this would be fun to make with you guys. So this is what we're making. We're just gonna be like casually working along with this. However, I did just wanna get it started up a little bit. So this is the bottom ribbing where you see like here, and I'm gonna be freehanding this. So I'll share my design choices with you along the way. I need to make a stitch photograph of the tomato on the vine area. So that'll be something I have to do on my laptop. And so I'm just gonna crochet this until I feel like it's big enough. I'm gonna go for a pretty oversized look on this, kind of like the model's wearing it here. We'll see, you know, how close we get to that actual idea, but that's kind of the goal. And this is just going to be a fun little project for me to work on without stressing about it. I kind of need that right now. Like I said, I'm using a 5mm. I also love that it's red because it's giving tomato vibes, which is exactly what we need on this project. Oh, by the way, this is one of the polished ones. So in case you're wondering the difference, this is polished. This is the matte finish one. So a little bit different. All right, those were my big updates for you, just straight off the bat before we even get into our week together. I just wanted to give you that little update. It's actually, believe it or not, already 7 p.m. I love how bright it is still, but it is the end of my weekend off and the beginning of my vlog week with you, which I'm so excited to spend with you. So I'm gonna spend the rest of the night working on this, honestly. That's really all I'm gonna do. Maybe do the tomato graph. I might wait a little bit. We'll see what happens. Other than that, I will catch up with you tomorrow. I'll have a little bit more progress on this, but yeah, just wanted to start off the vlog, say hello, happy May, all those things, and just get this really fun week together started. So, all right, off we go. Gonna get all cozied up. I need to wash my hair, and then we will just sit on the couch and chill and work and probably watch Judge Judy, to be honest. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, but like literally just for reference, this is my container of crochet hooks I no longer use. It's like borderline shameful how many are in here. So let me know if you know something like I could do with these that would maybe be helpful and better than them just sitting here collecting dust. Some of these I use, and like this one I can never get rid of. It's my very first hook. But other than that, like I have a bunch in here that I haven't touched since I very first started. So, okay, if you have any ideas, let me know. This is literally a planter pot, by the way, that they're in. So this is pretty big. There's a lot of hooks in here, and I would love to maybe do something with them that would be helpful. I don't know, but I wanted to show you them because what is this? Why do I have so many? Okay, anyway, that's all for right now. Hi guys, it is the next day. I am about to head off to the post office because I have a package for Suzanne who watches my videos. So thank you so much, Suzanne. I hope you love your fanny pack. And before I head out, I was taking some photos because my test knit is due very soon and I needed to send photos in it, and I realized I haven't showed you guys it yet. So I thought before I changed to go out to the post office, because I'm not gonna wear this to the post office today, I would show you what it looks like on. Also, look at these really funny little sunglasses I just got. I feel like this would be so cute with it. If I was gonna wear it out, you know? What a look. But honestly, I think I got these more as like almost a sunglass headband. Do you ever do that? Because whenever I wear sunglasses, I feel like I can't hear anything, see, or know what's going on around me. So they always end up on my head anyways. But anyway, not the point. The point is I wanted to show you this piece all finished. I know this isn't the best way to show you, but it's kind of the best I can do right now. I seriously love the bows. I think they're just absolutely the cutest part. And yeah, so it's all done and finished. I love the color combo, and actually once it was blocked, it softened up a little bit, but I still do wish I had like a little bit of a fuzzier yarn for this. Anyway though, I really wanted you to see it because I've been talking about it for a long time. So I'm gonna go change, go to the post office really quick, and then I will come back with you. We're gonna pick up on our crochet project from yesterday, talk about that. I have one other fun thing to show you, and yeah, just get on with our week. So I will be back in 1 second for you. Just really wanted to share this little project with you. I thought it was kind of fun. Good summer piece. Okay, I'm back. It's a little while later, and I am just on my laptop right now. I have the printer out because I want to print off this 6-star blanket pattern. I can't remember if it starts tomorrow or Monday, the technical like crochet along part of it, but I want to get it printed out so I have it ready to go. I am itching to start this though. Like, how bad of me would it be if I decided to just do the first skein all by myself? I know I really shouldn't, but I don't know. I really, really want to start this. And it's kind of like when you want to start a blanket, you probably should, right? So we'll see. We might do like a sneak peek and I'll work up a couple rounds for you so you can at least kind of see how it's going to work up, because I'm super curious. And so of course I figured I'd show you guys too. Now, the real question is, can I figure out how to print this? Okay, I figured it out. I'm gonna print it in black and white though because I'm cheap and I don't want to use my color. So we'll let that print and see how it comes out. Okay, and that is all done. I absolutely love having a printer. This was one of my Christmas gifts from my husband, and honestly, I use it all the time now, so glad to have this all out and ready. Let's see. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I'm just so excited to work it. I really want to start. I am setting a new rule for myself though, where I have a 3 project limit, 3 whips at once. That is all I'm allowing myself, because otherwise I do find I'm getting a little anxious and overwhelmed with having too many whips. So as much as I also want to cast on my Williamsburg skein of my earth yarn, I'm gonna hold off on that just a little bit until I kind of break through a couple more of these whips. But speaking about whips, what a fantastic segue into the project I'm working on here, our little tomato sweater, sweater shirt, whatever it is. So let me pull this out so I can show you kind of where I'm at with it. All right, so I didn't make too much progress last night, to be honest, but this is what I have going on so far. So I want it to be very boxy and oversized. That is my goal going into it. We'll see how it plays out once it's all said and done. But right now this is looking pretty wide width. Sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder, but the reason I did that is because I want to be able to seam the sides up and have wherever I stop seaming the sides, have that end up being my sleeve as well. So it'll kind of double as where I end the armpit and then also where the sleeve is. So it'll just be all around a big box, if you will, where I just bring it up to my arms and then I have a little bit of sleeve. I feel like for the picture, that's probably the most accurate way to do it. I don't remember if I showed you like too much of my construction idea yet. If I did, I'll cut this all out. But I did after I did that ribbing, and I decided to do a half double crochet ribbing. I wanted the ribbing in this piece to, instead of being a cinching element, it will cinch a little bit because it is ribbing, of course. Because I'm making it so boxy and oversized, I don't want it to be cinched as much as I want it to be a texture element to the piece. So I did just do half double crochet in the back loop. That's honestly one of my favorite ribbing techniques when I'm looking for more of a texture than an actual functioning ribbing. So did that, works up really fast. Then I did 1 row. Right now I'm holding it upside down just so you can see it better. So I'm actually working from the bottom up, if you can envision it like this, but just for sake of seeing. Then I did 1 round of half double crochet across the ribbing to establish my initial amount of how many stitches I'm gonna have. And then I did a double crochet skip 1 all the way across to create this kind of holy effect at the bottom that you're seeing in this piece. And originally I honestly did want to try to knit this, but I just don't think I have the technique yet to freehand knit. I'm not super confident in freehand knit like I am crocheting. So for this sake, I just did a double crochet and then a chain 1, whoops, and that made these really nice holes. And then I'm just working double crochet all the way down, or all the way up I should say. This is the back panel, and the reason I'm doing the back panel first is because when I do these graph style pieces, even like with my Snoopy sweater, I like to work the back first so I can see how big the piece is going to be. That is the easiest way to work it for me, and then that way I can easily find the center of the garment and I can figure out where I want to put the tomato graph so that it's where I want it to be, whether that's a little bit higher, lower, centered. Wherever you want your piece, you have to know where to make that the middle. And the best way for me, logically in my brain, to do it is to work the entire back panel first and find the middle through that. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense, but that is why I'm just working a piece with no tomato on it right now. And I like to do it in double crochet, one, because I want this to be a spring summer piece, so it'll be nice and drapey. Like you can already see how much movement this piece has, exactly what I was looking for. Ultimately, it just works up faster. And I will work the front in double crochet too until I get to the graph, and then I just switch to single crochet, and then I'll work double crochet again. So it's really no big deal. This is just how my brain works and how things make sense in my head. I also knew not to use too small of a, oh, speaking of Anthropologie, they just text me about a sale they're having. That's funny. And how I knew I wanted to use a larger hook size, like for instance, how I use a 5 for the ribbing, and then I switched actually to a 5.5 for the body portion. The reason I did that is because I have made a piece in a 3.25 millimeter with the Queensland cotton for summer, and there's like no movement in the piece. I mean, there is, but it's way more blocky and I really don't love the fit. I wonder if I have it. I can just show you really quick what I mean. Okay, I thought it was in my makes closet. I guess it isn't, but I'll insert the photo. You guys have seen this piece so many times. It's this tank top. I really just don't like the color of it, the fit of it, or anything, but at least I did learn that I don't like using such a tiny hook, even with my number 2 weight fine cotton yarn. The whole point to me to using a 2 weight yarn is to make sure your piece is really drapey and flowy. And so I just think you need just a little bit bigger of a hook size to really make sure that the piece has that element to it. You probably don't need something as large as a 5.5 millimeter, but I don't mind the little openness and stuff. So I'm okay with this. I think it looks good. I'm really excited. We won't finish this in this vlog, so sorry. You will have to come back and hang out with me again to see it all finished. I was gonna make this its whole own separate video, but I feel like we could just casually work through it in a vlog, and that's better. So that is whip number 1, and we're gonna work on that a lot more today. So hopefully we can finish the whole back panel. I will work on the stitch fiddle graph. Also, if I get it done in this vlog or the next, I will link it in the description box in case you want to use my graph and try to do it yourself. So that way all the hard work of creating the graph will be done for you. So I'll do that at some point, and then we will just be really smooth sailing. I don't anticipate this project being that difficult, so we'll see if those are my famous last words, but I have all the colors I need here, so I should be good on that. I'm using Queensland Coastal for all of this. I have a red. It's all right behind you. That's why I'm looking. I have a red, I have a green, and I have that dark green too. That's kind of like has a fuzzy element to it, and I might do 2 colors of green in the vine. So we'll kind of see about that, but I needed a very low amount of colors and I had them all already, which is so fun. I did actually buy the red. I didn't have the red, but I did buy it, so we have it, and it's a perfect red tone for this piece and kind of what I'm going for. So that's whip number 1. Again, how many times have I said that? I'm so sorry. Whip number 2 will be this blanket, so I'm excited about that. Like I said, I've never done one of these, so I really don't know like how much you interact in the crochet along or anything like that, so this will be definitely a new experience for me as well, but it looks like it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just double crochets, half double crochets, single, and it says it's beginner friendly. So this should be something I will be able to just mindlessly crochet to, and I love that. Oh, I love having all these crochet projects back, you know? Last whip I have right now, and I don't know if I'm gonna put this on my rotation, and if I don't, that's gonna give me an opportunity to have another whip. But if I do put this back in my rotation to work on, I have that knit full mohair cardigan. I'll just grab it just to show you in case you haven't been here before and you don't know it. I'm using Hobie Diablo in 3 different colorways. So I have, let me see if I can remember all of them. The white, I think, is just white, limoncello, and oh man, I always forget the last one. Buttercup? I don't know. I think that's wrong. It might even just be light yellow, but I am knitting this super gorgeous cardigan. So far it feels really good, even though this is like the fake mohair yarn. It is the more affordable version, but the color is so good. And okay, now that I'm looking at this, I think I want to put this back in the rotation because I am loving this piece. I forgot how much I was liking it before I had to put it aside. So this is probably going to be my third whip. And so I guess I'm all tapped out on whips I'm allowing myself at the moment. So we'll see how much I can get around to this coming up. I know it's going to take me a lot longer because knitting takes me longer. Broken record, I know I've said it 100 times, but I'm a little burnt out on rushing projects. So we're going to take it slower and hopefully I can do that with that project and this project. Oh, I also forgot I never showed you guys the Nebula hooks, which is the Furls new release of their hooks. I know I just showed you the ones I bought, but these are the ones I was sent, and for the drop that is today, but when you see this it was Friday, so they've been out a while now, and they're coming in 5mm to 8mm. These are the resin hooks, but these are really, really pretty. I'm really impressed with this colorway. It's a lot different than the last couple hooks I've received. So these are the two I received for this drop. I got a 5mm and a 6mm. The last two I got for the previous drops were way more of just like a all over swirl maybe. This one was hibiscus, which is one of the ones I just got for a drop, and then this one I think was called sea glass or something. So that one's really pretty too. They look very similar then to the new Nebula hook, which is a galaxy inspired hook. So it was fun to get something a little bit different. And I think in the next drop, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway as well. So stay around to maybe win yourself one of these hooks. I thought that'd be kind of fun to do. We'll see if we can orchestrate that for the next round of hooks coming out. So that would be super fun. Other than that, right now, I think that's all the chatting I had to do with you. It's been a busy week over here. I didn't even anticipate this being a busy week, but somehow it always ends up being that way. I'm gonna do a little bit of research on this blanket, get a little more info, and see what day we're starting this and if I can possibly wait till then. And other than that, I just wanna work on this project for the rest of the day and hopefully give you a little bit more progress before we have to break for the week and then pick up next week. So let's see how much more we can get done of this, see what I can find out about the blanket, and I will update you with all of the info in just a little bit. Morning guys, my apologies. I totally meant to come back on last night and do a quick little update, and I just honestly simply forgot, and I'm so sorry about that. But we have loads of project updates from one evening's worth of work somehow. So let's start with first things first, our tomato sweater. Let's just start calling it the tomato sweater so I don't have to give you the whole long speech about it. So I did just about finish the back panel. I might put a row or two more on this, and we'll see when it comes to time, but this was actually kind of starting to make me nervous because it's looking a little bit big, but I think the fact that I'm going to make these the hangover sleeve, like that looks like the perfect length sleeve. I am gonna add some of this faux ribbingness to the side here to give it a little more texture and stuff, but pretty much, yeah, I probably need like 4 more rows on this piece, and then the back panel is totally done. So we are going to be picking this back up next week, hopefully, if we have some time, because we have actually another whole project I need to talk to you about. So we're putting this away for just a little bit. It's just on pause until we get reorganized and can get back to that, hopefully sometime next week. Next thing I wanted to show you was, as you saw, I did start the 6-star blanket I feel a little bit bad about it because it's part of the crochet along, but hear me out. I only did the setup rounds, so I still have a lot of the ball left, and I think the live streams are about an hour, so there's no way I would have got all of this done in an hour, and I'm glad I kind of like got my bearings because I've never made a 6-star blanket before, so I really didn't know what to expect. And even though it said beginner, I still like to kind of know what I'm doing. So I just have the setup rows done, and it's so cool already. Like, I actually love this. So really excited to watch this grow with you guys. Still a little bit nervous because it is a blanket, and like the beginning of a blanket is always really fun when it's tiny, and as it starts to build out, it's gonna take a long time to get through each round. Speaking from experience, I know how it goes, so hopefully this crochet along will motivate me to stay on track with the blanket, and that way I can get it done when the crochet along ends. That's the goal, but you know, we're gonna do our best, that's for sure. I'm really excited to start seeing more of this pink color too, so yeah, stay tuned for more on the blanket. Really looking forward to working on this with you guys. And then the last project I have to talk to you about is not the knit cardigan. It's actually something totally different. So I'm working on a pattern with Knitting Fever for June. So they're going to be hosting an event at a New York Mets game that they actually worked last year, but they only had knitting patterns. And I think I'll go into more detail about this next week because I want to go over more of the pattern aspect with you next week. I thought that'd be kind of fun to work through a pattern with you, kind of show you how it goes since I don't make a lot of patterns. You guys know I like to go to the beat of my own drum, but I do need to write this pattern, so I thought I could show you a little bit more on that. I thought it could be kind of interesting. I will show you what I have worked up. So it's going to be a tote bag pattern that I'm making. I wanted to keep it relatively beginner friendly, but it does still look really cool. Like, do you like this? Minus the colors. I know this isn't really most people's color palette, and a little bit of me is like, this color palette kind of gives like sports team, right? Like, I don't know, this blue and orange together is very sporty, but I still think these colors really look beautiful together, and I tried to do a design where it would fit the theme of the sports team because I did have to use New York matte colors, but it was also something you could use after the game, but I still wanted it to have the game day feel element. So I did go for this like wavy stitch, and I felt like this waviness and it always being this white color, it's actually like a butter yellow color. I don't know if you can really pick that up in the camera, but I feel like this really gave it like the stitch of a baseball. I felt like it kind of mimicked this in a really subtle way. So let me know in the comments if you're kind of seeing that. I'd love to know if you're getting like a little bit of baseball with it, but still something you could like bring to Trader Joe's with you. You know what I mean? So this is the tote bag I'm working on. This is just the front panel. Also, this would be a stunning top. Like, look, if this was a tube top, it'd be so cute. Anyways, I had to pause all of my other work to work on this. This is a priority because this pattern does need to come out soon. I don't know if I'm gonna need testers for it, but if I am, follow me over on Instagram because I'll probably put out like a little itty bitty informal kind of tests thing over there, and I'll probably need it back pretty soon. Like, I worked this whole piece up in one night, just so you know. So it does work up pretty quickly, and I'll allow you guys to use like whatever weight yarn and stuff, but I do need to talk to Knitting Fever and see if we'll have time to have it pattern tested beforehand. So stay tuned if you're interested in something like that. And if I don't have a pattern test or something available, I am going to put it on my Etsy site for a very affordable price, and then I'll always give my YouTube friends a little bit of a first like week or so discount. I always try to give you guys like at least 20% off or something, so keep your eye out on that because I'd love to see this bag in other colors, and maybe I'll work it in other colors too if I have time. But then I have more patterns I need to work on for Knitting Fever. I'm pretty booked this summer, which I feel very blessed to say. I love having work to do, so we're gonna have a lot of fun patterns coming out this summer. So stay tuned if you guys like any of my style and my work. I assume you do because you're here. I have a really fun idea coming out, and I think you guys are going to be really jazzed about it. So I'll be sharing that with you in the next upcoming weeks as I start to draft the pattern and get you all excited about that because I'm excited about that. So that was kind of all of my updates on projects, and I think we're gonna have to break here for the week, guys. Unfortunately, it's already somehow the end of the week. These weeks are just flying by, I swear. But I do think before I let you go, I will show you, for anyone who cares, my little project scrapbook junk journal I kind of started. I did just go to Marshall's and pick up one of these journals. I love Marshall's and Home Goods TJ Maxx for like a good journal just to write in, or this one. Yeah, these are literally just, you know, blank lined pages. I think obviously ultimately totally blank white pages would have been ideal, but I'm covering the whole surface anyway, so it really doesn't matter. The only thing that really mattered to me was having the spiral, because this book will start to get pretty voluminous once I add more pages to it. But I do have the first couple pages done, so I thought I'd show you. I still need to find a lot of filler stuff, because some of these I don't have saved as much stuff as I wanted to, since I just kind of thought about this. So a lot of the labels I don't have saved that I would have liked to have for these first couple projects. So I just have a project diary written at the bottom. This was just a cute little bow design I found, whatever. Then in here I have this cute sticker that I stamped on Crochet and Knit Projects 2025. I also purposely try to make it look a little bit messy, because I thought that was kind of a fun element. Like, I don't want this to be based on perfection. I'm always basing my work so heavy on perfection that I want this to be just for fun, and it's okay if everything's not beautiful and perfectly straight and right where it needs to be. So that's kind of where I'm channeling my like messiness in this, and trying to let some of the things not be so serious. You know what I mean? It's just a little journal for myself. It doesn't need to be crazy. So that's why it's a little bit off, but I kind of intentionally tried to make it look a little bit imperfect. I think that's kind of what makes it perfect. This page I still need to cover, because this is like the very front page, and I don't know what I'm going to do for that, but I'm going to make some kind of cutie little like crochet knit project design page here. So my very first page of work, so I did this the other night just really quickly, and I still want to add some stuff to it, but I just have a cute little picture of when it was a work in progress, when I was working on it for Christmas. Let's see if you can see it. So I have that with some washi tape, and then I tried to include the colors of the cardigan in the background design. So like, as you can see, I just totally cover the page so you can't even tell it's a notebook. And then up here I have a picture of the final product. This is some of the yarn I used from it. I do have a little bit extra from the balls, so I did put it on there. And then this leaf, I don't know, I just threw it on there. So this is my first page. Oh yeah, and I wrote first knit over here. I thought that was cute. I do think I want to add maybe a little bit more to this page. It's looking like a little bit bare, but this is like the overall idea and plan I'm going for. So that's page 1, and then I just have page 2. This one needs a lot added to it yet, but this is the Adele cardigan I made, and so I have it here like this. This is one of the yarn strands I used. It was my favorite yarn strand from this project, so I put that on there. I did a lot of pink with a little bit of red here, and then I have the gray at the bottom like I had in the project. I wrote the Adele cardigan in this little label, put this cute little flower sticker up here, obviously a project picture, and then here's another piece of the yarn I used. I just kind of made it almost a border on this side, and then I made it during Valentine's Day. So I found this cute little heart card. I thought that was a perfect little touch. I couldn't find any like more cupidity Valentine's Day stuff, so I just popped that one on there. But I don't know, this isn't something I'll probably realistically have a lot of time to work on, but I enjoyed doing these 2 pages so much, and it didn't take me that long, so I will just work on this from time to time. But I just wanted to give you like an overview of kind of what I was thinking when I said I wanted to start a little bit of a junk journal. So just in case you needed a little bit of inspo and you wanted to start one too for your projects, there you go. That's what I'm going to be up to. And maybe as I update this, I can share it more with you guys if you're interested at all. Let me know if this is something you want to see updated from time to time. I'd love to share it with you if you care. And if not, that's totally fine too. Don't even worry about it. Anyways, guys, that is really all the time I have with you this week. As I mentioned, next week we'll go a lot more in depth on some pattern details, how I write them. I'm sure I'll have some more other fun stuff to share with you guys. Thank you so much as always for spending your time with me. It absolutely means the world to me. I love having you here and taking you along for my weeks. If you're new here and you feel like sticking around, don't forget to subscribe. I put out new videos every Monday, occasionally on Thursdays. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Other than that, thank you for letting me take up a little bit of your time here on the internet. Have a wonderful week. Let's have a wonderful month of May, and I will be seeing you in my next one. Bye!